Maximize Business Value podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition their business on their terms. Our mission was born from the lessons we've learned from over 100 business transactions, which fuels our desire to share our experiences and wisdom so you can succeed. Now here's your host, CEO of Mastery Partners, Tom Bronson.
Hi, this is Tom Bronson, and welcome to Maximize Business Value, a podcast for business owners who are passionate about building long-term sustainable value in their businesses. So this episode is the second of a three-part series, which is my gift to you this holiday season as we finish out 2020 and get ready for what lies ahead in 2021. This three-part series includes short, actionable things that you can do to really move the needle in 2021. In the first part of the series last week, you learned what it means to be a go-giver. This week, we're going to focus on bringing your future into clarity. And next week, we'll learn how to take massive action to accomplish the goals that we'll define. So let's get started. Do you have goals? I mean, do you really have goals that you want to achieve? And I mean, not just goals in your mind. Do you write down your goals? Because in my opinion, if they're not in writing, then I say that they're just dreams, right? You need to write and articulate your goals. So each year I go through an exercise that to really clearly define my goals. And today I'm going to share that process with you. I didn't invent the process, by the way. It's one that I learned from Dean Graziosi. He's a fellow follower of Tony Robbins, and he helps people really define and achieve their goals. You can learn more about him on the internet. Just type his name. In order to help you with this exercise, though, we've developed a one-page tool that you can use to follow along in starting to define your goals. You can download it. It's a free tool, and you can download it on our website in the free stuff section. Just go to www.masterypartners.com and click on the free stuff, and you'll find it there. It's our clarifying the future goal. So, but if you'd rather just use piece of paper, you can do that. You know, I've got a piece of paper right in front of me that I can do that with. Follow along with you. So right across the top of the paper, or you can download the tool and write clarifying the future across the top, and be sure to date it because I actually save mine from year to year, and I refer back to them at the end of the year to see how I did in attempting to reach my goals. So once you have that on the paper, then you can draw one vertical and one horizontal line on the paper so you can divide it into 4 boxes. In box 1 at the top left, label it box 1, write the current truth. In the top right, write box 2, 1-year goals. Bottom left is box 3, why the goals are important. And box 4, bottom right, last one, is capabilities needed. Okay, so let's start filling out the boxes, starting with box 1. So this is your current truth. This is the state that the business is in, or that you're in personally. If these are personal goals, you can do this exercise for both personal and business. Now, but it's so important, I want you to be honest. No one's going to see this but you unless you share it with them. And so you need to be honest with yourself, because if you can't be honest with yourself about where you are, you'll never be able to build a path to where you want to be. So in the first box, I want you to be honest and think about the current state of things. I want you to write down anything that comes to mind about your current status. What is the reality? Is your business not performing the way you want it to? Is your income less than what you desire? Are you where you really thought you would be already? Don't be afraid to express your feelings here, because remember that you don't have to share this with anyone but yourself. And here are a few examples from my clarity tool exercise from a year ago. I'll be doing this clarity tool with you this week, but this is from mine a year ago, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I put on there, just to show you how honest I am with myself. So it's important to be able to do that and to show you that I'm exposing my vulnerability. And by exposing my vulnerability, it actually spurs me to action. So I'm opening myself up to be with myself. Here's the tool that I'm going to be using and reading from today. So from last year, my current truth was my business was half of where I thought it would be when I founded it 2 years prior. The business was breaking even, which is not where I expected to be at that point. And the business was struggling to identify and connect with the right people who need to hear the message. Those were three of the things that I put in that. Again, this is for my business, not for personal. Okay, so I encourage you now to either hit pause or stop the video if you're watching this, or pause the audio if you're listening to it as a podcast, and just take the time to fill out your own truth. And remember, to quote one of my favorite movies of all time, The Princess Bride, be honest. This is for posterity. Okay, go ahead and hit pause now if you want to, and go fill in your current truth. Okay, now that we're back, let's move on to box 2, 1 year goals. Now, in this box, I want you to try time travel for a little bit with me. I want you to go to a year from now and state your goals as if we were looking back at things that you've already accomplished. State them as if you have already achieved them. Now, this is really, really important. It helps get our mind in the proper framework so that we can finish the rest of the tool. So state them as achievements, not as future dreams. So again, from my clarity tool from last year, here's what I said. My business doubled over the last year. Number 2, my business is profitable. Number 3, my business is debt free. And so I stated them a year ago as if they had already happened. And it's really important for you to go do that. Also, in addition to those, I've got more. I have launched 3 new programs to provide business owners with the tools they need to build long-term value. And then finally, I am constantly attracting the right type of clients who want and need our services. So pause here and fill out box 2 with your 1 year goals, stating them as if you had already achieved them. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, next, let's move on to the why. Why are these goals so important to you? Why do you need to achieve these goals? And what will doing so mean for you? Okay, so again, from my examples that I have in my box 3 from last year is I love helping people, and this is the best way I know to help business owners achieve their ideal outcome. Number 2, I love my family. And by having a thriving business, I'm able to provide for them better than I can today. Number 3, because my business is profitable, I have the freedom and the additional resources I need to grow the business to help more people. And then number 4, I love meeting new people and learning about businesses. So these are why my goals, the things that I wanted to achieve earlier on, are important to me. I really do love helping people. I get satisfaction from that. I love helping businesses. I love learning. I'm a lifelong learner, as you already know. So pause now and go fill out why these goals are so important to you. Okay, now that you're back, finally, let's move on to box 4, the capabilities needed to achieve my goals. Now, it's important that this is not making a list of the tactics. It's not making a list of things that you need to do. It is the capabilities that you will need to develop in yourself or in your business in order to reach your goals. So we'll get to the tactics in a minute because that's an important next step. But stay focused on the capabilities that you need to develop. Again, from my tool last year, here's what I said. I need to create a massive funnel and pipeline of prospective clients through marketing. I need to have an automated way to nurture my prospective clients. I need a way to systematically measure my results to ensure that I'm tracking toward my goals. Uh, I need a way to create and curate a massive amount of content to feed the programs I want to offer. And finally, I need to develop a system to feed my mind daily to ensure that I stay at peak performance and reach my goals. So, so there you are. Stop right now and write down the capabilities that you need to develop in order to achieve your goals. Okay, now that you have filled out the form and you've been able to articulate your current truth, your 1 year goals stated as if they've already happened, why these goals are important to you, and the capabilities you need to develop in order to achieve those goals. Now you can finally think about the tactics that you will need to get those in order to get those capabilities so that you can achieve your goals. I write the tactics on the back of the page, right? It just gives me a place to sort of make a list if you will. For me, some of the tactics that I included last year were research how to write a podcast or how to start a podcast and then get it started, which clearly we achieved that, right? Consistently write a blog post every week. Been able to achieve that since April. Develop a newsletter that will get valuable information into the hands of the right people every week. Check box there. Develop a curriculum for a master class. We've just finished that one. I'm very excited about the announcements that are about to come up in the next couple of weeks about our new master class that starts in January. So more to come on that. That one's taking us a long time to get there. Here's a good one. Calendar feeding my mind every day. So I put a link on my calendar to kind of a daily mind feed for me. Sometimes it's about being thankful. Sometimes it's about being generous. Sometimes it's quotes from a book. Sometimes it's biblical quotes and references. But I calendar that every day so that I go and do that, as one of the first activities that I do every day. Feed my mind, get it woken up. So et cetera, et cetera. You've got tactics that you can add to your list. So there you have it. Once you've got that, now you have a tool to clearly map your future success. I hope that you will use this tool to help you get clarity around your goals and what you need to do to achieve them. Be sure to do this exercise because next week we're going to wrap up this series on how to take massive action in 2021 to achieve your goals. I hope you tune in because I'm going to reveal my secret weapon to getting things done. This is the Maximize Business Value podcast, where we give practical advice to business owners on how to build long-term sustainable value in your business. Be sure to tune in each week. And if you found us on YouTube, click subscribe, please. Once we get to a certain number, then we can do some cool branding things. But otherwise, be sure that you subscribe or follow us wherever you found this podcast. And be sure to comment. We love comments and we'll respond to all of them. So until next time, this is Tom Bronson, and I am reminding you to get clarity around your future so that you can maximize your business value.
Thank you for tuning into the Maximize Business Value podcast with Tom Bronson. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition on their terms. Learn more on how to build long-term sustainable business value and get free value-building tools by visiting our website, www.masterypartners.com. That's master with a Y, masterypartners.com. Check it out.
That was perfect. I wouldn't make any changes on that.